Hi everybody, welcome back to a very wintry Wola Zabierzowska, episode number 13, 1st of January. We got up at 9 o'clock this morning, so it'll be a little bit bright. Snow, loads of snow. Just a quick recap, we got the oil mill last month and we got our productions up and running. And I wonder have we actually got any... what are we making? I forgot already. Flax oil. It's not showing any. Poppy oil is showing. Where's our flax oil? Oh, it's there. Yeah, skip past it. So we do have some flax oil. 673 litres, so not enough to sell. That poppy oil, yeah, that's going as well. I wonder just, is the production still running? Or because there's not a lot in there. Yeah, we're going to run out of the poppy oil pretty soon. Flax were okay. And yeah, we're into January. So what have we got? Let's have a look. Any contract work? There is deadwood, ploughing, rock removal. We'd probably do the ploughing anyway, as we do. We'll have to see when we move forward, not doing wood transport. And other than that, our goats doing, well, we now have our 100 goats, and we've not much else to deal with this month. Next month, we have a couple of crops which could be planted, cotton and field grass. Not doing either of them, not at the moment anyway. And yeah, that's basically it. So, as it's January the 1st, there is one thing we got to do, and we got to go and we got to roll the dice. And we've got to see whether or not we can repay our loan number 1, and if we can't, do we have to take another loan? So give me 1 second and I'll just run through this with you. Okay guys, I'm in out of the cold, and yes, I use ChatGPT to do my role, and to do, as you can see, I put lights up around the yard in a few places. Spent a little bit of money. Getting a little bit of weird graphics on the clouds behind the lights, or maybe that's just the clouds with the snow. Yeah, I use it, and I do have it set up that I ask it to run threat number 2, which is the loan threat. And I ask it, number 1, to ask if I need to repay the loan. And number 2, if it comes up no, do I need to take another loan? If yes, I don't, don't go to number 2, I can repay. And if no, then I have to run it. So the results are in, and let me show you what we got. Okay, loan results. We got a no this time, and we got a yes to take an additional loan. So as you can see, our loan has increased now to 250,000. So we're going to do that. Now, it's a plus and it's a minus in that if I wanted to pay it off, I could have paid it off. Now, 25 grand in the bank, so that didn't make a difference. So, okay, the loan's increased to 250,000 now because we got 2 no's, but we got 1 yes to take the additional loan. Now, next time around, that could actually come up as another role to take another loan, and we could end up having to increase that again. So it is kind of hit and miss. Am I disappointed? In a way, not really, because it gives us some working capital. So how do you take a loan? Because I'm not used to using this system. Borrow. So we have to bring this up to 250,000. So we're going to pay more interest on this moving forward once we move into next month. Okay, so that gives us 125,000. What are we going to do with that? What are we going to do with it, he asks. Am I going to spend it? Now, I did say I was thinking of taking, let's go into the local owned productions. I did say I was thinking of taking the local spinnery to deal with the flax straw. Now, as we only have a small amount of flax straw at the moment, I'm not sure whether that would be the wisest thing to do. Let's go and visit the local spinnery. I think it's 140,000. We haven't got the money anyway. So local spinnery, I'm on the trigger. Buy. 150,000. Okay, so we're short. Now, there's no timescale set for when we need to, let me get back to where I was, when we need to actually use the product. And there was nothing, it is said about having to use the flax straw and do production with it, because we get two products from flax. One is the flax itself that makes flax oil, and the other is the flax straw. So flax straw bales, we have 10 bales at 9,000 litres, so we've 92,605 litres. I honestly think the wiser move is possibly to buy our next field, which, given that I rolled with ChatGTP all the fields I have that had flax in them when we started, it rolled and it gave me 112. I was kind of surprised because it happened to be the one beside, because the other fields we have are scattered around the map. We have, just a quick look, we've 88, 103, 133 and 177. So it could have given me anywhere else, but it didn't. It gave me the one beside us. So that's 100 grand. So effectively, we're going to buy that. There you go. The loan we had to take has bought another one of our fields, and it's bought it for us in time that we can actually sow this field. This is it here. There's green beans in it. Now, as I said, we're going to plough it in. We're going to do everything we need to do with it. And then we're going to sow it with triticale. Where are we going with triticale? We're going to sow it with flax in the springtime, because that's when flax goes into the ground. So there you go. We have rolled the dice. We've got a no to repayment. We've got a yes to taking another 100 grand. So we have to pay the interest on it, which means we can't pay any loan off this year until next January. We've no way of knowing can we pay off, and even if we have loads of money in the bank. And we took the 100 grand and we put it straight back into the challenge, as in buying the next field we need for the challenge for the flax. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab my New Holland. I'm going to grab my plough. I'm going to plough that lovely field of green beans back into the ground and get started on this field for field number 2 in our flax field challenge part of the triple threat challenge. So give me a couple of minutes to get set up. It'll be seconds for you, and I'll bring you back in once I'm ploughing that field. Off and running, ploughing up a perfectly good field of green beans, but that's the decision I made on this challenge, that any fields I take over, whether it be this field, the next one that'll come up, any of the millet fields, the next field I take will be a millet field. I think I've already picked the number. Field number 66 will be the first next field we acquire, which is a millet field, which I know I couldn't find the last time because it's hiding somewhere. I know it took me a while to find it. Do number 66, come in, you're hiding. Where are you? It's around somewhere. I know I had a problem finding it before because I could find, there it is. Okay. And that is a grand total of 65,000. Yeah, that's our next purchase, which is a millet field. So millet will have to go into that. Doing that the same way I'm doing the challenge with the flax, keeping it kind of the same. And I know some people, or most people, are harvesting their fields and making use of the crops that are in them and that, but I just decided to add another layer of madness, as you know. And then we have to do crop rotation in the fields each year as well. I have every field that I have as a crop rotation plan laid out for it, just to add a little bit more of a nut job challenge to it for me. I have too much time on my hands. Honestly, really have too much time on my hands. This tractor has been a blessing since we put our, tires on it, our duals. Absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure. It just sails up and down the fields now, whereas we were getting a lot of wheels slip, and struggling quite a bit. Probably still won't reach full potential, although it must be. I have this at 13 kilometres on the cruise control, so when I lift it, it doesn't head off down the field at 25, 30 kilometres an hour. And it gives me the time and space to turn a little bit more gracefully and drop the plough and get lined up and just keep it looking a bit more tidy and realistic. So once we get this done, we'll have to get the stones picked and out of the field. We're going to have to get the soil sample reading. I tell you, you can actually do that now while I have you here, while we're going up the field. No, you don't do it that way. I keep forgetting I have a Nazira Pro soil sampler in the shed. And I need to move it out of that shed because I keep forgetting it's there. It's just hidden in the corner of the L-shaped barn we kept. And I just goes out of my head the whole time that we actually have it. So I'll do the soil sampling on this. We'll get the lime done. Get this field 100% ready for flax going in, which won't be until, if I remember the crop calendar, flax is in, where are we? I think it's not until April. So a couple of months to go yet before the flax will be in the field. But yeah, look, I kind of could have done with having that roll go that way the first time I done it, that we need the loan. We could have, I'm not saying we could have progressed faster. We could have progressed a little bit quicker. This time round it wasn't so important because we had managed to get the money together to buy the oil mill just before we moved forward in December. So everything else was going to be of less monetary requirement. Like to do the flax straw is 150, so that's a bit less. We do need a grain mill to do the millet, but there's no rush on that either. So it's kind of a case of, we'll be tossing up now when we have spare cash. Do we buy the grain mill and do that too? Or do we buy the fields? So honestly, I think I'll probably buy the fields and store the grain for now. Flax can go directly into the oil mill, and the straw can be stored in the shed until such time as we have sufficient quantity to keep the local spinnery going to process the flax straw into fabric. There's no point in putting in the straw and then running out, and then you're shutting down the production and it's doing nothing for, say, 6 months of the year until you harvest again and that. So I don't mind letting that build up. I'm actually expecting to have to shut down the oil mill anyway because we won't have enough. But we will have product that we can sell then, so we can push on with other things. So that's why that was important on that end of it. And now you could say I could do the same with the spinnery, but it's not as important as getting the oil production up and running, to be honest with you. As you can see, this plough, and I know you can use the Lizard MT, the subsoiler plough, and it's a lot quicker, but I really do enjoy the pace of doing this. I really, really enjoy, there's just something about it. Just something about it I like. I don't be in a mad rush. I just settle down, work away, get the field done, and yeah, it kind of happens quicker than you think when you're enjoying it. The different thing of, I wasn't enjoying doing the challenge, and I found it a chore, and I was rushing to try and get a video done within a time frame of an hour or two or whatever. Then it would be a pain in the you know what. But because I'm not under time constraints, I'm not really in a mad rush because I have the time to spend doing it. It just makes it makes it more enjoyable for me anyway. But for now, I'll get this ploughed and then get the stone picker loaded on and get these stones off the field. Almost done with the ploughing in this field, and we'll be on to doing the stone picking next. It actually wasn't too bad. Now, one thing I need to do, I'm running the real-time mod in this save. I run it in most saves, but what it does is it clocks up the hours on the tractor. If you're running at 5 times speed or 3 times speed, example, you run 3 times speed, you do an hour's work, your tractor is 3 hours on that one. So I'm back down on one. I had moved it up, and I'm going to actually take that mod off because it's only putting up hours on the tractor that officially really aren't there because I'm doing the work myself. It's not AI doing it. So when I spend an hour doing the work, the clock may move on 3 hours, but I may only be an hour in. But yeah, I'm putting 3 hours work up on the tractor. I'm not getting it done any faster. So I'm going to remove that mod the next time I quit out of the game and come back in. I realised the hours are going up very quick, and I was kind of knew it does that, but just didn't collate between the two of them in my head, even though I knew it does it. Anyway, yeah, joules on this, some difference. It does slow down a bit coming up the hill here. It's the steepest part, but in general, it has been absolutely super. I'm sure if I had single wheels on it, we would be just barely scraping along at probably 3-4 kilometres an hour with the wheels spinning left, right and centre. So really happy now. I know there's not a lot of else I can do. We work on our own farm. Plus side on this is it actually allows for contracts to come up this month because we didn't have an awful lot when I looked. I'm not even got a bother looking until I finish, until I actually finish the actual field preparation. Then I'll have a look. We may even be in the second day of January. And just farm's coming together pretty well. Might as well wash the tractor since I have it in my hand. Even though we're going straight back out again. Yeah, I suppose I done that with the other tractors too, running the clock at a faster speed and using that mod. I ran up hours that I didn't really do in the tractor other than I can see the benefits of it. I can see the benefits of running it, but when you're running at normal speed all the time, then you kind of go, well, that's not a benefit, that's a hindrance because the repair costs are going up and so is everything else. You're wear and tear on the tractor and your tractor's getting older before it's time. So let's get this into its spot so it's out of the way. I was going to use the fent to do the stone picking, but without joules on it, I don't think I'll take a chance in this weather. Yeah. It jumps over every time. Then stops me getting in there. I have enough room to get in there. I have, but will I get out past it is the thing without clipping it. Let's see. No. Knew it was going to be too tight. Oh, I got the trailer as well. Oh, we're doing well. Well, we hit 2 things. Can we hit a 3rd thing? Hopefully not. Anyway, on to a job that a lot of people absolutely hate. But for some strange reason, I actually like doing stone picking. It won't have the same effect now because of the weather. But when it leaves the so-called cultivated state after it, I just like the transition of the field from one state to the other. And I think that's why I like doing it. When the clock hit 10 o'clock, it came up great demand at the stone sell point. We won't have an awful lot off the field anyway, but still we will be getting rid of them straight away. Almost finished the stone picking, but the weirdest thing ever, I was halfway through it, or the headland's finished. You actually see tyre tracks up there, just on the right hand side, and all of a sudden the whole field just turned into a blanket of snow. Like the rest of it was fine. I'd done the 2 headlands and then I was doing every other up and down to give me room to turn the headland, and then all of a sudden, bang, complete wipeout. Now, lucky enough, GPS lines are able to tell me where I've been and where I hadn't been, but it's just so strange. Yeah, gonna just go up and empty these stones directly out of the back of the stone picker. There's no point in loading them into the trailer and driving up there with a tractor. Might as well just drive up with this, get that done. And then I'm going to do the soil samples when I get back. Soil sampling done. I knew it was sandy loam and loamy sand. So, yeah, not great, but, you know, it is what it is. Why have I got my weight lowered? Low, lift the weight. I'm not on the seat there. Try that off. Okay. Here you go, it's up now. I don't know why it was lowered, but now never. Yeah, too far away from the next segment. Already on. Open the slider. Listen. Press the button until it actually goes down. Or it just closes again. So, yeah, we're just, we should have enough in the shed to get this done anyway. I actually thought it would change the state of the field. That's why I brought you back in. But no, it's allowing me to put it down. I just had to watch my GPS and just watch the mini-map. It's not going to go very green because of the type of soil we have. But, yeah, at least we're fully prepped once this is done for sowing the flax in April, I think it is. So there's nothing else we have to do with it. It's ready to go till then. And I haven't looked at contracts around to see if anything else come up in the contract list. Probably move forward to the 2nd of January, see can we get rid of this now. And then we'll jump on whatever contracts we get, our 3 contracts out of the way. Moved on to the 2nd of January. I got the lime done on that field. I meant to say I got €99 for the stones. So in the black after that. Yeah, money's gone down a bit because we moved on the day and that. So yeah, took on this contract. It's the only decent contract that was there. I was just checking there. There's snow on the way again. It's worth 6,639. While we're doing it, something else may come up. We probably move on to the 3rd day anyway because we have snow due at 11 o'clock and this will most likely take me until 11. Now we could have snow tomorrow. So I need to drove out of the field there. That's what I get for not paying attention. I think I've done this before. I think I ploughed it already, this field. So yeah, it's the best of bad lot. Unlike where we had some luck with our contracts in some of the previous months, we'll be doing well if we get 15,000 out this month. If we do this and the 2 other €4,000 ploughing contracts, we'll have 14,000. But I'd like to mix it up. I would like to do at least one other type. If we do another ploughing one, well and good. But it'd be nice to mix it up and do the ploughing contract and 2 other contracts. You wouldn't know. If we move forward, we might get a stone picking contract on this field. But sure, we'll see what pans out anyway. For now, I'm going to just work away at this anyway. Get it done. Moved on to the next day. Got that other contract done. Nothing else changed. So moved on. Another ploughing contract came up. That's what I'm doing. That's worth doing. 8,100. Maximum effort reaps maximum rewards. That's what I'm going to say. That's the only reason I'm doing them, because the other ones are not worth an awful lot. Like, no point in even taking the tractor out of the shed for 678,000. So it looks like we're just going to do another ploughing contract when this is done. The 2 of them are more or less the same. They're beside each other. Well, they're not. Their actual numbers are, but the fields aren't. I'd do 149 if I was doing it. It's more straightforward. But yeah, I'm going to enjoy this one because of the crop that's in it is getting ploughed into the ground. This will be a little bit different anyway. At least you see the field transform as you do it. And yeah, it would actually probably doing better than we were last January. At least with a few contracts this year. I think we had a month where there was no contracts last year. So yeah, we'll just take it as it is, and that's it. If we have 20 grand in the bank from contracts, I'll settle for that in January. Really, to be honest with you. So I'll knock this out, see what else is there, and I forgot to adjust the speed back because I had it set on the road when I was coming back. Bring that back down. I just do that so when I lift the plough, I can give myself time to get turned and lined up and everything. Whereas if the cruise control isn't set, it'll go up to full speed once you lift the plough. So this is a big enough field. I thought when I seen it on the map it didn't look like it was, but it was only when I double looked at it a second time I thought, oh yeah, it is. It's big enough. That's why it was worth 2,000 more than the other one that I just finished there. What would have been in on the 2nd of January is literally like 5 minutes ago. The time I'm playing this session of the game. Anyway, I'll crack on, get this done. Maybe another ploughing contract. If so, I'll talk to you while I'm collecting the money before I jump through to February. February 1st, we've moved on. More snow. What's the weather? Snow, snow, and snow. Snow till 12 o'clock. Cloudy with sun tomorrow, and then more snow on the 3rd day. Anyway, yeah, what happened? Nothing much. We just done ploughing contracts. Nothing else came up, so we're going to collect these now. We're on 23,374. Let's collect. And we're on 42,657. So almost 20,000 we got, which is better than I thought when the contracts first came out. I never closed the door on the shed. Now, few things to take care of on the farm. Might as well go through here. Never come through this shed. Animals. Never checked before I moved forward, but I'm sure they were okay anyway. So let's see, they all look like they're dead, but they're just asleep. We're okay. Water and food. Yeah, grand. Bell's still there. We have some milk we could sell. I don't know what's in them. Liftable pallets. So 1,000 litres in that one and 528 in that one. Slow enough. Nothing in the greenhouse. They're off until March. And yeah, we've nothing else to even check on the farm. Oil mill. I think we ran out of poppies. We did. So we're going to deactivate that. How are we doing flax? Flax, we have 11,200. Flax oil, if we go now. Oh my God, it's very slow. That's the thing about this map. Say if it's the same as Sibakovo, it's going to be really, really slow. 480 cycles per month, and on the poppy it was 480. But yes, we got 44 litres of flax oil, and now the inputs could be different. 20 for 10. The inputs on that is 20 for 10. No. Well, the two of them were activated at the same time. So you would expect there to be 215 litres of flax oil as well. So, need to keep an eye on that. Obviously, it's not running the way it should. I never put the plough away because I was expecting another ploughing contract to come up, and there is one there. But we normally don't get much in the first day. I'm going to sleep, move on to the second day. If it's small contracts, it's small contracts. We might just push through to March, and then we can start doing some other work. There will be other work. I'll just keep you in for this part anyway, might as well. And let's see. If the contracts don't get any more or any bigger, I might just, there you go, more ploughing contracts. I gotta say, I might just do Deadwood, although I'd nearly go and jump forward instead of doing Deadwood. Field number 11, ploughing contract, we're going to take that on. And we're going to go and do that. Is the snow gone? Snow's gone. I never close the door of my house when I go out. Just me. Well, number 11 is up. Yeah, I thought it was up near the oil mill. Okay, don't need to do anything with that. Okay, yeah, we're going to just work through these contracts, do what we can, and yeah, I will most likely be talking to you the 1st of March. There's not going to be anything else to do. Just keep an eye on that flax oil and see why it didn't produce at the same rate that the poppy oil did, when, like, the settings are the same, that it really should have. But anyway, it is what it is for now. And I have the cruise control set too low. I'm always doing that. Drop back from the field with it on the button, and then I try to drive up to the field. There we go. Cruise control's on now. Right, I'll get started on this and get it done, and hopefully something else will come up. We'll do the usual, jump forward to the 3rd day of the month, and if not, that's it. Do I have poppy to sell? Hold on. Now I'm going to block the road. Poppy oil. We have 1,000 litres. Best price is in August, but that doesn't bother me. I'd sell it now anyway. Okay. Right, at least we can sell that 3 grand if we need it, but we're not stuck. Seagulls are back already. I just said bring you back for a few minutes just to run through a couple of things. Yeah, plans moving forward. Our next major step in farm expansion, I suppose we'll call it. I'm looking at trying to get started somehow on the animal aspect of the triple threat challenge, which is, I didn't change the speed limit back down again. Okay, bring that down to, that'll do, perfect. I went the wrong side anyway, so I'll have to go back around. That's what I get for talking. Yeah, need to get going on the pigs. I have an idea what I'm going to do for the pigs, pasture wise or shed wise or whatever, but I'm not going to share with you now. I'm going to save that because it's kind of, I could take an easy option, put down a pen that would hold the 250 in it, but with everything else the way I'm doing it on this map, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to kind of just make it a little bit more difficult than just plonking down one pen. Field wise, we'll stick with what we have. I think for this year we'll have that extra field of flax going in this year. We have that is going to be our only field of flax this year, because the other field we were able to move on because we'd done it last year. The other field we had that we completed. So yeah, we're just going to have that one field. So yeah, you know what, we've canola in the other field that'll go into the oil mill anyway, so I must look at the crop rotation plans I have for the other fields then and see what way we're going, because hopefully there's an oil product in there each year moving forward, and it gets more prevalent, shall I say, across the rest of the fields, because we want to try to keep the oil mill up and running. But we could possibly have, I haven't got the sheet to hand here, we could possibly have a year when there's no oil based product or oil producing product in the field. And until we get our 10 fields, which is our 6 flax fields and our 4 millet fields, we're tied into those crop rotation schedules I done on ChatGPT. Now they're different for each field, and we won't be adding any more fields until we have all of them, and I will most likely do crop rotation again on whatever new fields I buy, so it won't get any easier to just pick a crop that'll go to the oil mill or the grain mill or whatever. But yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. For now, I'll just work away on this and see what other contracts come up. I have a sneaky feeling it might be just another 2 ploughing contracts, so maybe a case that the next time I talk to you will be in March the 1st. Gave the Fendt a run on the plough with the extra power, and it was grand. I didn't need to do the tyre as well as a flat field. Anyway, so it wasn't too bad. It would have benefited from duals on the back, okay. Right, go slow when you come back in and just clean it, put it away. I ended up 3 ploughing contracts. I'm going to collect them now. And then I want to nip back into the menu for the... Right, don't hit the wall. If you hit the wall with this, even if you don't hit the wall, it swings around when you drop it off, which is strange. Because if you do unfold it, it won't drop off if it's unfolded. Now, ploughing contracts. So we done, there was there you go, the money's down about 13,000 and this month, so 41. Let's collect. And we're on 55, so yeah, a little over, maybe 14,000. Yeah, thereabouts we got. Yeah, just oil mill. I'd looked in and this is a strange thing. Outgoing products is telling me there's 727 litres, but I think that's what's in production. The other ones are outside, because when I jumped into the menu, we have 18 grand's worth, and it's worth much. It's at its best value now. Small village shop. Poppy oil is at a different time, but I might just sell it now if I'm picking it up. So, yeah, before we end this episode today, I'm going to go and collect that. And which trailer do I need to collect? I can use that. Okay, let's use the Fendt. It's faster. I think it is anyway. I'm going to go and collect that poppy oil and that and sell it. Just take care of the last couple of things that need to be done before we move forward to March. Animals should still be okay, but before I make the final jump, I will do the water, just to be 100% sure. But I'm chuffed now when I realised my mistake on the oil, that I was looking at the output at the moment, but because it's spawning at the spawn point to be picked up, it's not showing the total for it. That's what I was kind of wondering. I thought the two of them should be on the same figure, but however, I'll get up and get this and I'll bring you back when I get selling the whole lot. Probably just going to sell the poppy oil at the same place because there's only one pallet. I'll check the value on it first. I will load it up with the oil. I'm going to get rid of... they're not liftable pallets. I did load them right. I'm going to make them liftable. There you go. There was a big difference in the value here, so I decided I was going to bring them to here instead. That's the poppy oil gone. I just auto-loaded them when I pulled in beside them just to get it done, because I didn't have a loader with me anyway. I'm just going to bring these down to the shop now. The small village shop takes these. Let's see what we get. Then I'm going to sell the milk from the goats. I don't know how much there is. And I'm going to feed the goats, make sure they have water. There's nothing else we need to do. No other animals we need to do. Still have that thing in my head about the chickens, about doing something with them, but I have other plans about chickens. Slightly different plans about chickens, so not going to disclose that just yet. I know I showed the previous episode a pen for 14,000 to put down. Now I'm going to drive past this. Nope, it's the next one. That was going to put down on our own farm, but I decided it was going to make it too tight. 16,533 plus 2321 environmental score. I wonder what our environmental score actually is. Let's have a look. It's something I never check because I just work on it and never really spend. Oh, our environmental score is very good. There you go. Yeah, it's pretty good. So we must be doing something right. Now, we've a 94 on that field, even though we've only taken it over. I suppose because we got the lime down. 99, 97, 94. We're doing pretty good with precision farming. That's what gives us a bigger bonus. So it's worthwhile making the effort because you do get a bigger bonus when you sell product. But yeah, we're going to finish this episode up. What I'm going to do now, as I said, is just sell off the goat milk. And then I'll deal with the other bits and pieces that need to be done. And well, for the next episode we will be in. I normally turn into this road by accident when I'm looking at the roads coming up, but I have to remember that I have to pass this bale selling station first and the triangular field. So what I'll do, I'll just get this goat milk loaded up. I'll bring it back down, we'll sell that, and then we're going to call it for the episode. And next time we talk, new episode will be in March, where we hopefully will have more work to do. Now there's only 2 crops listed on the calendar that can go in, or am I looking at that wrong? I'll slow down here again. Oh no, in March we have a load of crops can go in. Flax is not one of them. So we might have quite a bit of work. Oh yeah, I put a fence up here too when I done the lights. Didn't cost too much to do the work. I just got it out of the way and done it. Reason I put the fence up there is to stop me driving into the crop. Because I did in the corner there. Down in that lower corner the bale has gone in. So right, we need to get another bale over. And we've 3 pallets now. Now these should automatically load. Yeah. That push one of the ones that stops us. We'll find out. No, it'll bend back. Just gonna bring these down, sell them. Let's see what we end up with at the end of the episode, and then I'll call it then. Yeah, I just drove into the crop. I nearly did too when I was shifting the bales and that, and I just said, right, we made so much money out of selling the bales and everything else, and we got our oil mill and that, the money that was sitting in the bank. Then I just kind of tidied up with the lights around the yard and just that fence. It was nothing much, because I just want to stop myself driving into the field, because you know what I'm like for not paying attention, and I didn't want to lose out on crop. Right, what we got? Oh, nice. 7,382 plus 1,036. That is pretty good. So we're finishing out our winter months on 86,051 euro. We have another field, courtesy of the roll of the dice on the loan that we didn't get to pay back, but we were told we need to take another 100,000, and of course we'll have to pay the interest off. But yeah, the benefit of that was it allowed us to buy the field up here beside the farm, which we have ready for a crop to go into in 2 months' time. So we'll be coming back in March, and hopefully there'll be more work to do. I was kind of thinking I'd include March in this episode, but the episode's long enough now, because if we jump into March and something good comes up, or that, or something comes up to delay us, then it'll make the episode far too long. So that's it, guys. Episode number 13 on Wola Zabra. I've lost it. I had it. It's gone. Wola Zabierzowska, or whatever. You know what I mean. That's it. Done, dusted, in the bag. Thanks for joining me again. If you're still here and you're here for the first time, please subscribe. Bang that like button and leave a comment and let me know what you think. The challenge is going pretty good. It will take a few more years, easily, when in the game. I kind of have penciled in 6 years on my crop rotation, but in the back of my mind, I'm thinking it might go over that anyway. All the fields won't be in sync, if you know what I mean, because the year will count from when the year we start sowing the crop in that field and on from there. But I have my lists here. I'm very well organised, and I'm crossing off the fields when I put the crop in so that I know which ones are done and what the next one is that's going in. But for now, anyway, that's it. Until the next time, all that's left for me to do is to say goodbye until then. Bye bye.